kids, welcome to Culinary Kits for Kids, and today's recipe is going to be a roasted garlic parmesan squash and tomato recipe. It's going to be really delicious. It's a mouthful, so try saying it 5 times fast because I definitely can't. But what we're going to have today in your kit for this recipe is going to be some squash. You're going to get a yellow zucchini and a green one as well, which they're really nice. Some might have a little bit of imperfections, but that's okay. We're going to cook them. We're also going to get some little grape tomatoes in our kits. You're going to have some Parmesan cheese, some minced garlic, and also some Italian seasoning. And what you're going to want to have for this recipe is a cookie sheet with maybe aluminum foil, parchment paper, or just some olive oil or some oil sprayed on the bottom. You're going to need a cutting board. You're going to need a bowl and a spoon to mix everything. And you're also going to need a bowl to mix our little mixture that we're putting onto our veggies. So what we're going to do first is make our mixture. So you're going to want to get some cooking oil, whatever you have at home. And we're going to use 1 to 2 tablespoons. I like to eyeball mine, but you could definitely measure. So we're going to put about 2 tablespoons into our bowl of oil. Then we're going to mix our Italian seasoning and our garlic. Just put it all into that bowl. Let me get a little, use my knife. Just scrape everything into the bowl. And I'm going to put some salt and pepper in here as well. A little bit of pepper, a little bit of salt. Perfect. Now we're going to mix that up. I'm going to use my knife because that's all I got in front of me. But you could use fork, spoon, whisk, whatever you have. And we're going to go ahead and set this to the side because we're going to want all those flavors to like really get together, okay? We're going to go ahead and put that in front of us. So now we're going to work on our squash and our tomato. So go ahead and wash everything like I said. Wash your hands, wash your veggies. And we're going to start working on our squash. So go ahead and cut both sides off. So both of the tips of the squash off. And then what I like to do is I like to cut the squash in half. So I like to set it flat on the counter, hold it on both sides, and I'm just going to, with back and forth motion, cut it in half. But this is how I like to do it. It's not the safest way, but it does get us an even cut. And now that I have 2 halves, I'm going to cut it into another half lengthwise. Okay, just like that. So half and then half of that. So we're going to have 4 pieces of our squash. Just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and slice it. So like I was saying in the other recipe, the thinner you slice a vegetable, the faster it will cook, okay? So if you guys don't want to wait forever to eat your food, I suggest cutting the pieces very thin. If you guys have time to wait, you can cut them a little thicker, but it does take a little while. So to our clean bowl, we're adding our sliced yellow zucchini. And I'm going to slice the other piece right now. And these are super easy to cut, guys. They don't have a lot of give to them. And they're full of nutrients. We got a lot of fiber in here as well. Some vitamin C. All that good stuff. Okay. We're going to work on our green one now. So like we did with the yellow, we're going to chop off those ends. And from here, I did it like this, but you can do it like this and see what you like. But we're going to slice it in half lengthwise. Okay, from just like that. And then, okay, so just give these zucchinis a little slice. And then now that we have 4 pieces just like our yellow, we're going to go ahead and slice these just like the yellow. So just firmly press down on that knife onto the cutting board. Get those pieces, throw them into your bowl. Super easy, a little repetitive, that's okay. So with the other side, slice them up. Perfect. So some people might get really big squash, some people might get small squash. It just all depends, right? Just like we're not the same as people, everybody's unique and individual, so are our vegetables. So don't worry if you have a bigger piece or a smaller piece, it's not gonna matter, okay? So we're gonna work on our tomatoes now, and what you can do is keep them whole. I like to give them a little half slice just because everything else is cut. So I'm slicing them in half really quickly with my kid-friendly knife, which I love. Here we go. And you don't have to be fast. You could do it very slowly, back and forth. It'll slice. Okay. It's not a race. Perfect. So we got everything cut up here for us. We got our yellow zucchini, our green zucchini, and our tomatoes in our bowl. Now we're gonna drizzle our little mixture onto our veggies. That's our garlic, our oil, our Italian seasoning, and our salt and our pepper. We're gonna give that a nice toss because we want all these veggies to be coated evenly. And it's gonna smell really good already, guys. It smells delicious. This is perfect. So if y'all could see, everything is nice and seasoned. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna throw it on our cookie sheet. We're using a parchment paper, but like I said, if you don't have one, you can use aluminum foil. You can spray some oil on it before you put your veggies on. It'll work just the same. So go ahead and spread your zucchini, tomato, and your squash into an even layer. Just like this. If I can get it, I'm trying to get that tomato out from under. See, and the more even you have everything, the better it'll cook. Everything will cook uniformly. There won't be any mushy pieces, but I understand nothing's perfect, right? So try your best. Now all we have left is our cheese. So what you're gonna wanna do is sprinkle that Parmesan cheese right on top of our veggies. Make sure you coat it really good. This cheese is gonna bubble up in the oven. It's gonna be so good. All right, so we have this already ready. All we have to do is put it in our 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes until our cheese is golden brown. Okay guys, our squash and tomatoes are done, and this is what we want. We want that cheese to look bubbly and brown, and we want all that nice juice to just evaporate in the oven so we get crispy goodness. So when y'all eat this, it's gonna be super good because that cheese is very crispy, but the inside's nice and juicy. So hopefully y'all like this recipe, and we'll see y'all later.